Okay, it is 10 o'clock. I will call the Harrison County Commission meeting for Wednesday, April 13th, 2022 to order. I believe Commissioner Hinkle and Commissioner Treecost are both on Zoom. Am I correct?
I am, Madam President.
Commissioner Hinkle?
Commissioner, you want to try to talk again? I couldn't hear you.
Commissioner Hinkle, are you on Zoom? You're breaking up in here. Well, we'll go ahead and rise and join us in the invocation and the pledge, please.
Gracious, merciful Heavenly Father, we come to you, Lord, praising you for the gifts that you've given us. We pray that you be with us today. For the people who are done, give us a head protection way back into our homes. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We move forward, I guess.
I just texted Commissioner Hinkle telling him he was breaking up to see if he'd speak again.
And we have what, agenda item number 15. We probably need to move to the top of the agenda due to the fact that Mr. Medea has a meeting at 10:20. Is that okay with the other commissioners?
Yes, Madam President.
Commissioner Hinkle, you're a jumble. I don't know what the issue is.
You want me to try to call him?
Can we get him on the phone? Thank you. Need to move forward without. Sam, are you on Zoom?
Yes, Commissioner. This is Sam Medea, and I'm on by phone.
Just hang loose. We're trying to, I think he can hear you, but we can't hear him, and I'd prefer to try to straighten this out first. If you
No
don't mind.
problem. No problem.
Great.
Nothing. I'd just like the record to reflect that we tried to speak up and see if Commissioner Hinkle could confirm, and also try to text him as well as call him to get his participation. But I'll go ahead and proceed.
Okay.
And I'll continue to try to get a hold of him on my phone.
Okay. So that's, you got that. Thank you. Okay. So we will start with agenda item 15. It is review, discuss, consider execution of memorandum of understanding related to creation and implementation of opioid foundation regarding West Virginia MLP opioid litigation. And I'm going to let Mr. Medea explain this to us.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. First of all, thank you for allowing me to appear alternatively and not in person. In short, where we are at in the opioid litigation now 5 years post of when we first brought this action, there are significant settlement talks being conducted, And in fact, there have been recently a partial settlement with one of the many defendants. And with that said, the state and the counties and the municipalities that have brought this state opioid litigation need to be in agreement with respect to how settlement sums will be distributed. A defendant needs to know that it can pay a sum of money and it can resolve all of the litigation regarding the opioid epidemic in West Virginia that it has. In other words, a defendant needs to pay money and, quote, buy its peace. And so with that said, what the presiding court has asked us to do, ask us plaintiffs to do, cities, counties, states, is to come up with a agreement as to distribution. And that agreement is set forth in a memorandum of understanding. And it would require our county commission to sign off on this memorandum of understanding. And in doing so, our county would join the other counties and cities in our state in agreeing to distribution. And in short, the way that settlement sums will be distributed is set forth in the memorandum of understanding, and it will allocate 3% to the state. It will allocate 72.5% to create a private foundation that will oversee the bulk of the money to make sure that this money goes towards addressing the opioid epidemic. The remaining 24.5% would be distributed to the various counties and cities. And furthermore, part of the memorandum of understanding has within that a intrastate allocation amongst our counties and cities that are part of this litigation. So that is the overall big picture of what is taking place and what is needed at this point, which is Harrison County Commission agreeing to the memorandum of understanding. As your attorney in this litigation, it is my recommendation that we enter into and agree to the memorandum of understanding, and it would require a formal motion to approve and a fixed signature.
Madam President, I make the motion that we do, in a formal motion, move forward with a fixed signature by you, the president of the commission, and I have no discussion.
It's been moved to move forward with the MOU as explained by Mr. Medea. Is that correct, Mr. Treecost, in a fixed?
Yes, please.
Any discussion? No discussion, hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You. It's 10:05. Probably ought to do the proclamation and then we can move. We'll get there.
We're ready to proclamation.
We have a proclamation for child abuse prevention. 10:05.
Okay, 1 second, I'm gonna FaceTime Jayne in.
Oh, she's not here?
No, she is not here. All right, Jayne, I'm gonna need you to hold the hood for me. All right, where do you wanna turn it around so she can see us? We're gonna have to do it. Oh, all right, thank you.
You will be right here.
Yeah, I'll be up here.
We all
Thank you.
sit here and we do.
It's good to see you.
So we're here.
All right, all right, come around both sides, guys. All right.
I'll go around.
Who's gonna-
I will be done. Come on in, guys. Come on up here. Don't be shy. Come on in. Sure, Abby. Come on in. Come on, Marley. Come on, Jordan. Trish and Gina. Where is our?
If you have to.
Come on in.
Move those chairs back. Scoot those chairs back. Fill in somewhere.
Come on up, Meredith. Come on up. Come on, Adam. Mealy. I'm feeling a heartfelt.
You know, there's guys.
Yeah.
No guys from, where you all from?
Hide in the back.
Yes. The commissioner has spoken.
Everybody needs to be up there. This is important. We have everybody. Okay. It is my pleasure to present this proclamation today. So, whereas in times of crisis, people in West Virginia come together to care for one another. This humanitarian spirit is part of the foundation of our community and is exemplified by our local American Red Cross volunteers and donors. Whereas in 1881, Clara Barton founded the American Red Cross. Is this right? This is not right. Okay. Yeehaw. We're sorry. Glad I could give everybody a laugh. Whereas child abuse is a complex and ongoing problem in our society, affecting great numbers of children in Harrison County. And whereas every child is entitled to be loved, cared for, nurtured, secure, and freed from sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional and verbal abuse, and neglect. And whereas child abuse prevention is a community responsibility and finding solutions depends on involvement among all people. And whereas Harrison County has dedicated individuals and organizations who work daily to prevent the problem of child abuse and neglect, and to help parents obtain the support they need to raise their children in a safe, nurturing environment. And whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among community members, agencies, schools, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. And whereas local communities are requested to join in demonstrating their commitment to protecting children and to send a clear message that the criminal and sexual victimization of our children will not be tolerated. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Harrison County Commission does hereby proclaim the month of April 2022 as Child Abuse Prevention Month, and calls upon all citizens to increase their participation in efforts to prevent child abuse and strengthen the community in which we live by supporting the established framework for the comprehensive strategy to address all forms of child abuse and neglect. Passed by the County Commission of Harrison County, West Virginia, this 13th day of April 2022. Sorry for the mix-up.
Speech. So we want to thank the commission for doing this every year. We want to thank our sheriff's department, our prosecuting attorney, our DHHR, more of the sheriff's department, Meredith Langer from our same department, Susan Miley, which is on the board of the Harrison County Child Advocacy Center, the Child Advocacy Center team, the school, and CASA. What makes this county work so well is our team. If we did it as individuals, these kids would not get the services they need. So we have mental health, medical, those that are out there investigating and helping kids on the front lines every single day. So today, all these are warriors, but we wanted to name one of our warriors, which is not with us today, but is watching via FaceTime, which is Jayne, because she has always been she has always been a warrior for our system. She started this years ago doing the proclamation, and she has been the #1 advocate for every kid. She has been out there fighting no matter what to the end of making sure each kid is safe, even checking on them I mean, every day she's checking, even when she's home. She's still calling and checking. So this will be going to Jayne Landacre, the Executive Director of the Harrison County Child Advocacy Center. So thank you all. Trish or Gina? Don't be shy. Adam? Our warriors back there?
I just want to say I've watched this for years. As you said, they've been doing, the commission's been doing this for years. And I've seen this group grow. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
It's a good thing.
But
It's a good thing.
I'm glad you all are here to take care of these kids. And Jayne, you spearhead this, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
I got something I'd like to say.
Yes.
You won't get it. My name's Don Myers, and I'm from Saving Our Children. I had a boy that was taken to Fayette County by CPS. Supposedly his mother wanted to commit suicide, even though they had 2 cops there that knowed her all her life that said she didn't. But they took the kids anyway. Now, those kids went from Fayette County to Wood County to Harrison County after a brief stay in Beckley County. Well, I went to our child advocate right here and asked to have a safety check done on that child. How many people did I have to go to before I got it done?
Okay, Donnie, I'm gonna stop
No,
this.
I'm gonna
No,
finish.
Donnie, I'm gonna stop this.
I went
right
to
here. This is
43
not for
people.
a
This has
public
got to
comment.
stop.
This is not for. a
I
public
asked for a
comment.
better way. I
Sorry.
invite you all to
Sorry.
join us when we have a meeting at the Republican Club at the Brickside,
Okay.
and I invite you all to show. I'm not your enemy.
Come on.
Hey, Vernon, that's fine.
Hey, Patty, I just have something to say. As the president of the board of the Harrison County Child Advocacy Center, I don't think we thanked you guys, the team that holds it all together. And I want to say, just being a part of the board has been very important to me personally. And I just want to thank you guys for all the hard work you've done, even whenever we have some dings in the pipeline. You guys are amazing. The hearts that you guys have and the advocacy you have for the people that you serve is amazing. And I just want to thank you guys. And everyone on your board supports you 100%.
We know, we got a great board. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Sure. You want to do a picture?
Yeah, can we do a picture in here? Okay. Sid, do you have your phone? Yes. Do you want to do a picture? You want to, can I get you to get a picture of everyone? Oh, sorry, take a picture. Sorry, we're all busy. Okay. Come on in, smile, guys. Susan, you can get in with us. I'm sorry. Are we ready? I'll count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's just take one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right,
Thank you,
Jayne,
girls.
I'll
Sorry
call you
you-
later. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Did you have pictures? Okay, I got it. I got it. Yes. I turned
I knew exactly who that was. We had to have him like 3 days wait. Like,
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Okay. Public comment, number 1. Anybody on there to sign up besides Mr. Myers? Okay. Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly? Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly?
Hearing none, we will move on to number 2, consent agenda. What's the pleasure?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, hearing carried. Number 3, payroll change notices. What's the pleasure?
Motion to approve, please.
Motion to approve, there is one, 3A, there is one resignation. Motion's been made. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. I apologize. We have a 10:15, your community foundation on North Central West Virginia. Bryan. You can, well, John, can you first?
Tell us more.
Oh, yeah.
Morning. So my name is Perry DeChristopher, and you know that I'm the prosecuting attorney in Monongalia County, but I'm not wearing that hat today. I'm wearing my Your Community Foundation, maybe better known as YCF Foundation board member hat today. Bryan Benchoff is here with me today. We have tapped his years of experience to help us with a very exciting campaign that we're bringing to all the counties that YCF serves. And I'm not certain if the commissioners in Harrison County are very familiar with some of the services provided by YCF, but we brought some documentation about that. YCF serves Monongalia County, Harrison County, Taylor County, Marion County, and Preston County. And most folks know us as a group that provides scholarships. There's lots of scholarships that we provide. But in the last 10 years, YCF has given out approximately $10 million in funding to different types of organizations and services. And that became, the need for that became super apparent during COVID-19. And I think one of the Harrison County commissioners, I'm not sure who that was, called our organization, YCF, during that to thank us for some of the funding that we did, because we did a lot of emergency funding. And so we're here today to talk about a super exciting campaign, which we call our $1 million match, that we are hoping to get support in all of our 5 counties. I think you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. And may I approach? Okay. And I have plenty for the other folks as well. Before I start to share the news and what our challenge is with this incredible matching opportunity, matching gift opportunity, I just wanted to share a little bit about what I just presented. You'll see the multi-page document, we actually call it a proposal, and that's why we're here today. We are going to ask or request the commission's support of this project, but we come today not knowing exactly what the right way to do that, or what's appropriate, or whether the timing is good or perhaps not. We are aware that the budgeting cycle has been closed for the year. But just the same, we wanted to share this story with you because it's not just important for YCF. I mean, the counties we serve, this is an incredible opportunity. Long story short, an anonymous donor committed $1 million for unrestricted purposes. And that's the important part. As Perry pointed out, we give away, nearly $1 million a year to different organizations, scholarships every year, but almost all of that is the result of existing endowed funds within YCF. In essence, donors have come forward, established an endowment which lasts forever for very specific purposes, very specific organizations, very specific scholarships in the respective counties. So we have precious few dollars to respond to emerging needs and not just emerging opportunities. An opportunity to help an organization get a new program started, or in the instance of COVID, there was, clearly need for the organizations in so many respects, and we were proud to have raised some dollars to address those needs. But those were one-time monies. And that's what the one pager is. You'll see the one pager entitled, the emergency grants. Those are the organizations that we were able to help on that one-time basis. This is an opportunity to cause that to happen forevermore. With that $1 million match, that donor is willing to match any donor, whether it's an individual, a corporation, the commissions. We're going to all the commissions. Those meetings are either set or we've met with folks. Will be matched dollar for dollar. For the gifts of $10,000 or more, or commitments in that range, individuals, the commission, the companies can create their own named endowment specific to the county. So the dollars would stay within the county. It's an incredible opportunity for our organization. I would probably say a once in a lifetime. We definitely want to capture that. The proposal you see as I presented it under the request section, we intentionally left that blank, again, not knowing what we could or should ask for, or even when for that matter. So we're looking for your help, but first and foremost for your guidance as to, what is the right way to submit, knowing that the budget cycle was closed for the year. We've heard from some counties that there are contingency funds, but minimal by comparison to if it became a line item. But that is in one big breath. What we're excited about, what we are determined to make happen for the benefit of the counties, the organizations, and the people they serve in the 5-county North Central area.
And I think you can see by the one-page handout that the types of groups that we're able to help might be groups that might be overlooked by, like the bigger philanthropic organizations. And we give folks not huge grants or not huge awards, but we're able to give them, just enough money to maybe buy a freezer, or just enough money to, buy products that kids might need in a particular school. And so we're very much, boots on the ground, and it was never more apparent the need for that is during COVID. And so we're hoping to be able to continue that on with this really amazing opportunity. We don't want to leave any others. Yeah,
Yes.
right. I mean, if you're asking for $250, it's because you can't get it from anywhere else, and we're the folks to come to it.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to leave any of that $1 million match on the table.
And this is in the proposal, but to put it in perspective, last year we were only able to award 4% of the dollars requested.
Yeah.
And that was actually our best year, I think, in terms of the degree to which we were able to respond to the communities and their needs. So this is a way to fix that, not just for next year, but to fix it for the long haul, and to grow that as time goes on. We feel, given our mission and our role, that we really do need to step up and to be able to respond to these kinds of requests for support.
I mean, normally when you're requesting funds from the commission, there is a form that is filled out.
Okay.
And I mean, I thought you were just here for informational purposes today, didn't realize that. And I'm just speaking for myself. I think we need to do that and then put it on the agenda again.
Okay.
Okay.
And try to figure out.
Absolutely.
I definitely want to do something.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I'm speaking for myself.
Mhm.
But what do you think, Laura? Do you think that would be the,
Yeah, that
or
would
the
be,
commissioners, however?
that would be the proper.
No,
steps.
I agree, Susan. Let Laura dive into this, and please come back to us as a body so we can make an educated decision, please.
Let you know, I mean, you feel like,
Perfect.
well, she can get you the information, I'm sorry.
That's perfect.
Send me an email with your contact information. I'll send the forms over to you. You can fill them out. And then our next meeting that I could get you on the agenda for would be April 27th.
Excellent.
Okay. We'll be
Excellent.
back
Is that fair
whenever.
enough?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. That's
Appreciate it so
exactly what
much.
we were hoping to accomplish, to find out
Yep.
the right way to proceed. Would you like a few more copies of what I shared?
Absolutely. If
Okay.
you would leave them here, I'm sure
Yep.
some of the public and the news media would love to pick some up. Yes, thank you.
I'm not gonna, for media, this is the proposal. I
Okay.
prefer, it's specific to you all. If
Okay.
you would keep those for your purposes,
Absolutely.
but share these with the world. We're proud of it.
Sounds good. We appreciate it.
Well, I've been seeing stuff on TV about what you're doing.
It's great. It's super great. All right. Thank you all very much for your time.
Thanks.
$10:30, we have a funding request. Shinnston Municipal Pool, Sonia McGrady. Sonia? Are you on Zoom? She knew she was supposed to be.
Yes, maybe she's having technical difficulties, but I did talk to her, and the funding request is for outstanding balance for necessary safety repairs to the pool slide is what they are looking for help with.
Well, no one is here from, doesn't appear, and not answering on Zoom. Sonia or anyone from Shinnston Municipal Pool on Zoom? How do you want to handle this, commissioners?
I make a motion to table it.
The motion's been made to table. Any discussion?
Yeah, discussion, Susan. Before we do that, what this is about is it's totally about the water slide. It's a $16,000 project, and our $4,000 plus the $1,000 that they're going to give from what they have at the Park and Recreation. That they have a group that allocates some private money from Park and Recreation. That $5,000 will allow them to get the water slide. The only reason I don't want to table it is because they like to have the water slide in for this summer swimming. But at the same time, David, if you want to, I understand, but they really want to get this slide in before summertime swimming starts at the pool. And if we table it, we're going to slow things down with our $4,000. So if you want to keep your table, fine. But if not, I'll make the motion that we do allocate the $4,000 because it's for the water slide. It's a $16,000 project. Park and Recreation is waiting for us to approve to give their $1,000, and then this will complete a county city effort for the swimming pool to have what they want at the beginning of the season.
Who's Park and Rec's giving 1,000?
What that group that does that thing, David, at Heightfield, Chip and Antero and what's it called, guys?
The Friends of the Parks and Rec Foundation.
Yes, David. Thank you.
They should have the money to be able to pay it all.
Oh, I didn't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
I will pull back my request to table it, and
Thank you.
Okay, so you had a motion. What was your motion, Patsy, to give the $4,000?
To allocate the $4,000 and make the and so that way that we can move forward and have the summertime recreation we're hoping to have at the beginning of the season.
Okay. Motion's been made to allocate the $4,000 for Shinnston Municipal Pool. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Now we will move on to number 4, minutes and/or amended minutes of the previous meeting. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved, and I don't have any discussion myself.
Okay, motion to approve 4A and B. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 5, requisitions, purchase orders, invoices as shown on A, vendor requisition list of payments. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve 5A. Any
I
discussion?
just would like to, Susan, I'd like to know what the 102,000 general county funds about.
Laura,
The 100.
that's the,
Oh, for the, that one is where, for the parks and, or for the rail to trail paving, it was paid under the planning department, rails and trails line item, when it should have come out of a different line item. So that's what we were moving the funds.
What line item did it come out of?
Community improvement.
And where was it originally budgeted to come out of?
Community improve, we originally budgeted some money to come out of community improvement and also coal severance. And we were using the money from the community improvement first.
Thank you.
motion's been made to approve 5A. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion carried. We have no exonerations, corrective tickets.
Correct.
Et cetera. Number 7, we have no requisitions under 7, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Number 8, consideration of approval of project requisitions for the payment of costs associated with the General Services Administration project to be financed from proceeds of Series 2020 bonds issued for the Harrison County Building Commission. A requisition number 56, Steptoe and Johnson for $1,380. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved, please.
Motion's been made to approve 8A. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Review, discuss, consider a resolution authorizing the acceptance of funds from West Virginia Justice Reinvestment Initiative Treatment Supervision Grant Program. Anybody here to explain that?
It's just one of our standing grants we get every year for police for peer recovery. Community correction.
Okay, what's the pleasure?
Motion approved.
For the
Motion's been made.
president to fix her signature.
As stated by Commissioner Hinkle.
Motion's been made to approve and affix proper signature. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion carried. Number 10, review, discuss, consider resolution authorizing submission of proposal for the fiscal year 2023 Homeland Security Grant Program to purchase mobile and portable radios for Harrison County Sheriff's Department.
Yes, that's me.
Okay.
I'm Michelle from the Grants Department. It's for the Homeland Security grant, and we submit proposals to the state, and then they decide which ones will go on in their request to the federal. So we actually have 2. One is for the mobile and portable radios for the sheriff. The other is for unmanned robotic equipment to be used like in SWAT type situations. So there's
You're
actually,
working with the sheriff on this.
yeah, absolutely.
Good deal.
Hey, Michelle, great job. Motion to approve and move forward.
Okay, motion's been made to approve and move forward. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 11, review, discuss, consider resolution authorizing submission of proposal for the fiscal year 2023 Homeland Security Grant Program to purchase equipment for Harrison County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, that's
That's
the,
the other one.
right. One is 274,000 and the other is 73, I believe.
Motion to move forward and approve, Susan.
Motion to move forward and approve on number 11. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 12, review, discuss, consider drafting and issuing a request for proposals for county insurance services regarding fiscal year beginning July 1, 2022.
This is to see if the commission would like to put out a request for bid for the insurance services for the county. For a long time, we've had the same insurance carrier. We were one of the founding members of that. But I believe that Trey would agree with me that it's fiscally responsible to every so often, just make sure that we have the proper coverage, the proper rates and everything.
Motion to move forward, putting out the bid.
The motion's been made to move forward with putting this out to bid. Any further discussion?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to know exactly what we're going out to ask for. The timeline, what we're trying to accomplish. And I find it very interesting that the comment was made that we should go out for bid every now and then when we pay things. And I just tried to do that the other day with our attorney and was told he's doing a good job and we don't need to go out. So I'm not sure what West Virginia Corp's done to deserve for us to go out and look for new pricing. So I'd like to start out with what we're trying to accomplish in this request.
I believe the goal is just to see if we can get the same coverages at a lower rate.
The
And that's what
exact same coverages.
we would try to get as close as possible that is comparable. It's something that Trey and I would discuss when we put together the request. for bid.
Why is the commission being left out of this discussion?
You're not. We would come back with the request for bid and make sure that you approve it.
Well, I'd like to be part of the discussions to determine what we want. I don't want to see it after the fact. I'm trying to understand why the commission doesn't want to be involved in determining this.
Well, once they've figured out how the proposal's been drafted, they could bring that back to the commission for their approval. Would that work? Then that way we could discuss it at that time.
Well, I'd like for the commission to direct them on what we want the proposal to look like before they start. Aren't we capable of doing that?
If you have some requests, I would suggest that you pass it on to Laura. Is that fair enough?
No, ma'am. I think it should be discussed in public among you two, what those discussions are. I think we do enough of that now, one-on-one, and don't do it in front of the commission.
Commissioner Hinkle, this is Trey. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine, Trey.
The thought process here was to create a request for proposal and present that to you all for specific comments. It would have similar coverages. It also may have different elements. For example, it might allow potential presenters to present multi-year line offers to the county. And what I mean by that is instead of a 1-year policy, a 3-year policy, a 4-year policy, which may save the county and the taxpayers money at the end of the day, assuming the rates are viable and are good. I'm a fan, as you know, of bidding out all these services every several years. And we felt this was an opportune time to present it to the commission for consideration within that specific context. It's not for Laura and I to go draft a fixed proposal. Is to present a concept to the three of you for comment, for review, so you can look at coverages, lines, markets, term, and decide if you want to issue a request for proposal to allow people to come in and bring value to the county.
Well, I don't feel that's why we hired you. We hired you to look at legal issues, not financial issues. And so, again, I have an issue with that.
Candidly, Commissioner, insurance is primarily a legal industry. It's a sophisticated conceptual platform designed that way by the insurers, and we're trying to look at risk, which is a legal issue. I've done this with a number of other public entities, help them be more efficient to the taxpayers in terms of their relationships with their insurer or insurers. In some
So if you
instances,
sat down with our President sure and had this conversation with them?
That would be improper because they would be a bidder on the policy. We're not going to sit behind closed doors and have conversations with prospective bidders about a proposal that's going out. We have.
I mean, before a proposal, we discussed with them on how they can lower their cost to us.
I have not discussed that with the risk pool, no.
Well, I'm all right as long as the commission is involved in it by step, because that's not something that's been going on in the commission.
Okay, motion's been made to move forward with the request for proposals.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's not what was just discussed. It was discussed to come up with what it takes to make a proposal. You're saying to actually go out right now and go out for bid. So I make a motion that we do not go out for bid, that staff brings back to us for our approval to go out to bid. But
that's what the agenda.
And this is again, we're jumping to the conclusion that you guys are approving.
Commissioner Hinkle, I agree with you. The agenda item says review, discuss, consider drafting and issuing a request for proposal. And that's where we are. So thank you for the correction.
Okay, motion's been made as stated by Commissioner Hinkle. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Do we need to vote on your motion? We don't need to, that takes care of your motion, correct, Mr. Treecost?
Can we just clean that up a little bit?
Okay.
Because it was kind of blurry there. Commissioner Hinkle, can you restate your motion for us, sir?
I think he's trying to connect again.
I'm connected back. So are we making a motion to go out to bid, or are we making a motion to work on what we want to go out to bid?
I made the motion to go out to bid, then they can bring us back. And if you like for them to bring it back before we vote, David, I'm good with that because I'll review what they bring back with you in another meeting. Absolutely.
Okay, I believe we have Mr. Hinkle's motion we need to take care of. And I want to make sure it's correct. Your motion, David, is to go ahead with the drafting of a proposal and the commission, they come back to the commission and we sit down and discuss it as a commission. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now Patsy, do you understand? Are you good with that? Do we need to do?
Yeah, sure. No, we're good.
Oh, your motion, correct?
Yep. Motion carries.
Number 30, well, no, I think Christina was at 10:45.
Yes.
Okay, we have a 10:45. Pawsitively Delish, Christina Murphy.
Yes, my name is Christina Murphy and I am the small business owner of Pawsitively Delish. I make and sell homemade dog treats and I am organizing a fundraiser for the Harrison County Humane Society. I am organizing the first annual Harrison County Pet Expo to be held on Saturday, June 11th from 10 to 4 at the Parks and Rec Complex on 43 Recreation Drive. We are utilizing the entire space, inside, outside, parking lot, and all 3 covered pavilions. And there's many different activities that we are organizing for the day. We're having 6 scheduled demonstrations for the public to listen to. I have scheduled a vet that's going to come and talk about pet care. I have a groomer, a trainer, the assessor's office to talk about dog licensing and animal controller coming.
You good? Okay.
That's going to be scheduled during the day.
Can I get still a chocolate milk?
And then, yes, you can. And then I have a pet photographer that's coming that is going to charge a fee for pet photographs with Card My Yard. They're donating a sign for the photo opportunity. My photographer is going to donate portions of her proceeds that day back to the Humane Society. I have a group painting project that's coming, the guided paint situation that they have. I've got a petting zoo. I have mobile adoptions, 2 kitten mobile adoptions that are coming. The Humane Society will be there doing adoptions and collecting donations. The canines and their handlers will be there doing a demonstration and fundraising as well. Inside, I'm going to have additional small businesses selling pet themed merchandise that they've made and created, and all of their vendor fees are going to the Humane Society as well. I also have the Clarksburg Greater Old Kennel Club that's coming to do a meet the breed during the day, so you can meet all kinds of different dog breeds that they are going to schedule that are coming as well. I have lots of businesses that are coming to promote, like I've got a fencing company, I have a pet waste removal company, got a trainer that's coming. I have the lady that is also organizing the Water Aquatic Center for dogs. She's going to come and promote her new business that's opening this summer. And it's just going to be a really good day to promote small businesses in Harrison County, as well as raise some money.
Christina, it's awesome.
Yes, it's going to be a really, it's getting bigger as I'm adding more and more things. I've got food trucks. They're going to be there as well. I also have, I know, right? I'm thinking we might have to expand next year. My goal is to raise $3,000. I would like to hope for 5, but my vendors, when they're paying me, their fee is going to go to the Humane Society. I use some of the money for advertising. I have 5,000 color postcards. I've got 25 yard signs I'm replacing all over Harrison County. I'm going to contact the newspaper and the news for some promotion as well. But I'm here today to ask for $1,500 because I would like the attendees to have a tote bag that says Harrison County Pet Expo on it. That way, as they're going through the day and they're collecting business cards and they're collecting information from the different people that are there, they have something to put it in. I would put Harrison County Pet Expo on it versus a date. That way I can use if I had extra the next year, if we would continue. Right now, 1,000 tote bags are $995. But as I said, as it's getting bigger, I think I would maybe want to purchase 1,200, which would increase the price anywhere from $1,200 to $1,300. Any extra, if I would have to return, that would be fine. I would, or just donate it to the Humane Society as well to include with that. We're doing raffles that day because my craft vendors are organizing donations for me, so I don't have to purchase those. We're doing a 50-50 that day. I'm also asking for physical supplies for the Humane Society. For example, if you brought paper towels or cat food or dog food, you're going to get 10 free raffle tickets. And that way you have an incentive to bring that supply, and the Humane Society will be on site in order to collect their donations and take that day.
Motion to approve for $1,500.
And I'm also going to acknowledge the commission in the handout that we're passing out of the schedule of events with the demonstrations and with the Kennel Club with their Meet the Breeds. That way I can acknowledge the commission for providing the money for the tote bag.
Motion approved, Madam President.
Motion's been made to approve for $1,500. Any discussion?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll put this back to Trey. In the past, we've asked for a lot of items that are not listed here, and I think this is, ma'am, are you operating as a private individual for this?
I am a sole proprietorship, yes.
Do you have any way to partner with somebody that we have given money in the past for a pass through for this?
I mean, I thought about maybe asking the Humane Society to come as well. Would they need to fill out paperwork too?
I had the same, and it's just.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't mean to encroach on your time, David.
No, Susan, you and I both know we've had this issue with some other entities that we've given money to.
And I'm even going to take it one step further. I looked into this because of the way it was proposed. A one-day event is actually only $1,000. And I would like to see us get back to our policy and not veer off. I don't.
All right, I'll amend my motion for $1,000, Susan.
No, it's required if you have to be a 501(c). I never found that anywhere. But I think you probably would be better off to have the Humane Society.
Present and then,
Yes,
okay,
and I mean, and
I can do
wish
that.
And Christina, I will amend my motion to allocate $1,000 for a one-day event.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's still.
That still doesn't solve the other issue, Susan, that we
You
forced.
see where.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it needs to be presented in a different way.
Okay, yes, absolutely. I can contact Frankie and
But I'm gonna
I'll
go
come
ahead
with
and
her
take
that day
care of
or.
Commissioner Tree Cost motion for $1,000. And I don't think there's any more discussion, so I'm gonna ask.
No, I mean, Susan, I would only want to amend that if we can do a pass through another nonprofit.
Do you want her to have the Humane Society present the documentation and we do it that way?
Yes, ma'am, because we require everybody else that asks for money to present that documentation.
Get back on track with this stuff. So the motion is on the table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No, this is for Patsy's. This is.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. I want to give you the money. I just want to get it to you. So I know.
Understand.
The money, but we
Yes.
got to do it the right way.
Yes, I will contact
Okay.
Frankie at the Humane Society.
Okay, any opposed? I'm opposed.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm supposed to say at this point. Okay, so if you will get with the Humane Society, I'll wait for them to.
Yes, I will.
propose,
Absolutely.
And then get it back to us and we'll help
Okay.
you out.
And it would be the same paperwork and everything.
Yes.
Okay.
They've requested it before.
We can get you.
Okay. Are we good with that?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sorry.
Yes, I
wish I'd
understand.
have looked at this.
Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
And just so Christina knows, there's a 2017 contribution policy, which kind of outlines this stuff. That's where this all comes from.
Okay, yes,
That's
absolutely.
what
Thank
I
you.
want to dig into this a little bit more, so we have some stiff things to go by, process to do instead of this. Okay, moving on. Sorry to ramble. Number 13, review, discuss, consider resolution authorizing submission of a proposal to Senator Shelley Moore Capito's office to be considered for grant from the 2023 congressionally directed spending.
Move to approve and have the president fix her signature.
Moved. The motion's been made to approve and fix the necessary signature. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Good. 14, review, discuss, consider zoning letter, medical cannabis operations within Harrison County.
This is a business that is looking to put that facility, it's actually located at 1048 Anmore Road in Bridgeport. And they just need the commission to sign off on their intent so they can submit it to the state. We need to just say that we have no zoning, nor the Harrison County Commission adopted any ordinances, rules, regulations, which would prohibit or otherwise restrict medical cannabis operations within the Harrison County.
What's the pleasure? I believe Trey
We
is.
say it's not adopted zoning or any ordinance. This is strictly for medical cannabis operations.
Correct, Commissioner Hinkle. Just that we haven't prohibited, outlawed, restricted medical cannabis. It's tailored to that. It's very similar to the limited video lottery or alcohol and beverage licensing letters, which we issue.
I think I'm okay with it, but I think it's something that this commission needs to discuss at the meeting upcoming as this starts to grow.
Probably right. So is that a motion?
Motion to approve.
The fixed signature?
Yes, ma'am.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Good. Administrators report.
Couple of weeks ago, we talked about getting a refund from the IRS. We did receive that refund last week. Both elevators are still down. TKE tells me that one of them will be fixed today, so we shall see. Interviews were held for the litter control officer position. Solid Waste Authority is getting closer to finally making that position a reality, and I know a lot of different entities are really excited about that position happening. There will be a mandatory meeting for the commission to set the levy rates on Tuesday, the 19th at 10 a.m. The agenda will go out later on today for it. Commission offices will be closed on Friday, the 15th, but the courthouse will be open for the court system to operate. There's no commission meeting next Wednesday on the 20th, and we'll be having interviews for 911 dispatchers next week as well. And I'd like to note that this is Telecommunicators Week. For those that don't know, there's such a key role here in both Harrison and Taylor County. The work that they do out there at the 911 center is unbelievable. Very proud of them. And just wanted to let them know that we appreciate them and the hard work that they are doing. And that is all I have.
Could you give me those dates again? We're not having a meeting next week.
Next week, Tuesday, the 19th, we will have a meeting to set the levy rates. And then on Wednesday, the 20th, we do not have a commission meeting.
There was not one scheduled. That was one that we.
That was one in the calendar that was not scheduled.
David, do you have any comments?
Oh, ma'am.
See Mr. Treecost up there. Mr. Treecost? I just again want to reiterate what Laura said to the 911 dispatchers from both Harrison and Taylor County. I can't thank them enough. They're the first person you call when something happens. So it's not an easy job. So I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate them, and I tell them that when I see them. So I just have to say that. That's all I have. Okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
In favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.